Hi, beautiful people. This is TAAJIRAUF here, and welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe because I am doing a review of Bravo's Blood, Sweat, and Heels Season 1, Episode 1 and 2. Okay, this is my review. I'm going to put it all together and just talk about these characters and talk about the main plot line, basically, in the last two episodes. Okay, so first let's talk about the characters. We have Micah, who owns a modeling agency. We have Daisy, who is a stylist and a clothing designer, and it looks like she puts on events as well. Then we have Demetria, who wrote the book A Belle in Brooklyn, and she seems very hardcore and honest, and I remember her writing for Essence, and she does relationship talks and discussions. Then there's Melissa Ford, and she was once a video vixen, and she was in a lot of rap videos. She dated some rappers, all that good stuff. And then we have Geneva, and then we have Bree. Now, in episode 1, that's what I mean, episode 1, excuse me. In episode 1, the only person that I knew what she did was Demetria. That's the only one that was branding herself, talking about her book, talking about her blog, talking about what she does. You know what I mean? Having a decent conversation with her man. Everybody else, I was confused on who they were. I didn't understand what they did. They weren't talking about what they did. They were just kind of, I'm not sure if they were very excited to be on a reality show or if they didn't know what to expect. But I'm thinking, like, if I'm on a reality show, my first thought is to brand myself and and introduce myself. Like, your first introduction on that show, I should know what you do. Micah, she did have some good editing, and they did show her doing a consultation with a model walking, but Demetria was the only one that really went into what she did. Daisy, I was surprised she didn't do anything. Geneva and Bree were just kind of added into the episode. I'm like, who are these girls? Are they going to be on the show? I thought they were just friends of the girls, but they're characters on the show. And honestly, the only one I knew only two I knew out of the whole cast was Demetria and Melissa Ford. That's the only two I knew. Okay, so let's talk about Melissa Ford really quickly. She is making a career change to do real estate. But the way her storyline is, they're making her like, not start from the bottom, but just she's like very entry level. And I'm like, she has a Rolodex. She has contacts of people with millions of dollars or even thousandaires that can purchase homes. So she knows people that can purchase homes. Why is she starting so entry level, and why are they forcing that entry level component to her business? Like, she's going to need to really take the reins of her business and really use her contacts to build her business, and not build the business from what people who don't have her contacts say she should do. You know what I mean? I don't like how they're writing that. They're making it seem like she doesn't know what to do. She's learning. That doesn't mean she doesn't know. You know what I mean? And she needs to probably like open her own. I think she said she was a broker, so she should get an assistant, get her a little office space, or work from home and sell some homes, and start worrying about trying to. And then they were getting on her about being on time and kind of what she was wearing, but she was bringing attention to what she was wearing, her heels and everything. And it's like, and then they had a scene where she was sitting down talking to her financial advisor, and she was like stuck on just doing the real estate. And he was like, you need to do both. And he is right. She does need to do both, because starting a new business, you have to put out money. So you need to go make money from what you already used to do in the past and kind of merge them together. Not merge, I don't know what that is. Merge them together. You know what I mean? So hopefully she gets it, because she should be winning. She said her age. She said she was 36. So if you're making that change, girl, you're going to have to listen to your financial advisor and kind of just pop your collar and use your contacts and make it happen. And then, so episode 1, they went to a brunch hosted by Daisy, and at the brunch it was really nice, but they were acting like they didn't want to be there. Like, they were acting so uninterested, like it was a surprise, or it was just weird energy. I was like, do they not know each other? Like, do they know each other on the show? But anyways, are they just like there because they're in the same similar circles? I don't know. It was really weird. And then so they sit down at this couch. There's a microphone, and Daisy starts the discussion about creep life and relationships. I'm thinking, Demetria is sitting right there. Why didn't you talk to her before this event and ask her what kind of topic should I talk about? How should a discussion about relationships go? What should I do? Or she should have had her be the moderator, or they work together. It was just like, you just went there. She could have just had a brunch. I mean, she didn't have to do relationship talk. It was really weird. And then Demetria was like, I feel like I'm at work. And I do understand that. She was like, she came for a brunch, and then it's a relationship discussion. Daisy kind of knows what she does, and this is what we're doing. You know what I mean? It was strange. It was just strange energy. And then Daisy does sit down at the couch with all of them. They're all kind of drinking. Not all of them, but they have, little cocktails, I guess. And they talk about their opinions on women's values and women's views and all that kind of stuff. And Demetria, she was getting a little upset with their views, which I think was not fair, but I do understand, because it's just like, what are you guys talking about? Like, it was just a weird energy in that whole place. So I understand where her confusion was. I understand them trying to get their point across, but there was a microphone there. So that means that they didn't care who heard them, and it was like up for grabs, whoever said what. But the only thing that happened after that was Demetria felt some type of way about how they were responding to some of the questions, and she went home and wrote on her blog, which I thought was passive-aggressive. If she really felt that what they were talking about was totally wrong, she should have talked to them one-on-one, or waited till she cooled down and maybe sat down with them again before she just went to her blog to talk about these women, because that wasn't fair. But there was a microphone swirling around and people watching them and cameras rolling, so it was pretty much fair game. But they should know that she has a blog, and they should just be aware that she might write anything about anybody anytime. Like, why are y'all surprised? Anyways. And then, what else? So, that's episode 1 for the most part. So, the ladies were mad about the blog. And then episode 2, Micah and they've been at her house, and her boyfriend is catering to all the ladies, and Micah always has her drink in her hand. And then the other thing that I don't really like is that the ladies are talking about sex a lot. I'm not sure if it's the editing. I would much rather them talk about their brands. Tell me what you do. This is episode 1 and 2. What are y'all doing? I want to know what Melissa and Demetria are doing. What the heck else are you guys doing? And they're talking about their butts and sex and abstinence, and it's just too much. And I don't want to hear all about their sex lives right now. Blood, sweat, and heels. It's not about being a housewife or anything like that. So, there's snippets of them having those kind of conversations, but I don't know. It just seems off to me. And then so they sit down at the dinner at Micah's house. But let's backtrack. Why were they coming late to this woman's house? She said 8 o'clock. That is rude to show up at someone's dinner party late. Yes, you brought a gift, but that is very rude. Call and say you're going to be late. Call and say you're having a prior engagement, but to just show up late, that's rude. And Demetria was the last one to arrive. It's almost like saying, I'm here, deal with it. And that's not nice. And I think Daisy was the second person to arrive. And it's like, it's only 6 of you guys. Why are you guys late? Why aren't you carpooling, taking the same taxi, or getting the same car service? I don't understand why they seem so disjointed, but they come in, it's very weird. But next thing, so they sit down, and before even the food is served, Daisy goes in. That was rude. Daisy, could you let Micah have a conversation? Dang. I mean, Micah did sing the prayer over the food, which was pretty funny. But at least, Daisy, wait till the food gets in your bowl. She just goes into, what about your blog? And kind of she was attacking Demetria. And kind of I had a feeling like she felt some type of way that Demetria was able to capitalize off of her event by writing a blog post. But they should have been working together, because if you looked at how they were sitting, Demetria across from Daisy, they both wrote a book. Bree across from Melissa Ford. Melissa Ford does real estate, and Bree's family are investors in real estate. And then Geneva and Micah. Geneva does styling and I believe clothes design, and she works with different brands. And Micah does fashion. Those ladies are not capitalizing on their gifts and talents with each other. Bravo sees it. They have them directly across from the people that's closest to their brands. They should be working together to build something instead of fighting about a freaking blog post. You guys should be talking about how you guys can work together and do different things together, like not fussing about who wrote a blog. That's what she does. She wrote a blog. I mean, Daisy, what do you do? Like, you should be talking about what you do and work together and have some events together or have some talks together. It was just weird that they can't see that they should be working together on things. I'm not saying split revenues or nothing, but brainstorm, figure out, like, really be blood, sweat, and heels. You know what I mean? And then Demetria left early. She was very upset. Now, I don't know if this is editing or what, but as she's leaving, someone says, nice dress. I thought that was inappropriate, and it didn't come at the right time. She did say thank you, and then she left. But anyway, she got in her car, and she was really upset, and her fiance was like, what happened? So he goes into, she's going to tell him, and like everybody was after she left was talking about her and her writing on the blog, but they shouldn't have shared all that information if they know she writes a blog. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, you guys tell me down below, what do you think of blood, sweat, and heels? Oh, last thing. Daisy went on a date with Demetria's fiance's cousin, okay? And this girl was late. Late as I don't know what. They were supposed to go to an event together, and then they were supposed to do something else, or just go straight from the event to eating, and she was like hours late. If you did not want to go, Daisy, to that dinner with him, you should have told him, let's reschedule, because that was so rude. And then he was being rude because he should have rescheduled with you. He shouldn't have done it. He should have just said, let's just not have this date. Let's do it another day. Because he was very mean to her on the date, and he was so mean that they had them on this little rickety table that was just like rocking back and forth. So when the food came, his food, it was heavy, so it had like jerk chicken, I don't know, jerk chicken probably, and it just flipped over onto his suit, and he was all upset and everything, but he just wouldn't let go that she was late because he was mad, and he was just kind of berating her, and then she was like, I look up to men like my father. Why are you talking to him about this, girl? You were late. This man is upset. You do not have to answer to him and explain your ways to him, right? So she's trying to explain it, and then she starts tearing up, and then she cries, then she goes in the bathroom, and she's crying, and then on the whole day, she's talking about Demetria. Girl, what are your motives? Both of you guys are passive aggressive. How are you gonna be on a date with this man talking about Demetria? You already late. Why are you even bringing these topics? Girl, ooh, child, they're doing too much, and they're trying to act like they're just so classy, and they're not doing anything. You guys are being passive aggressive, and that's not cute or classy. Now there is a way to be ladylike in that, but you guys, I feel like the ladies on that show, especially Demetria and Daisy, it's not really a sincere kind of shade. It's more like I'm just trying to get at you. But they know each other. Like, I don't get, they know each other, or maybe they don't. Because how would you be close enough to date Demetria's fiance's cousin if you don't know this woman? And if you guys are friends, it's not worth that paycheck to ruin a friendship. So anyways, that's my review of Blood, Sweat, and Heels. It can be confusing. I think it's going to be good. The next reviews from here on out will just be one episode, because I know doing two is a whole lot. But tell me, did you watch it? Did you like it? And my next review will be up on Monday. after the Sunday airing of Blood, Sweat, and Heels on Bravo. Okay, so episode 3 will be up this coming Monday. How about that? All right, beautiful people. Tell me what you think about that show down below, and I will talk to you, beautiful people, later. Bye.